Jai Swaminarayan to all of you. Heartiest welcome to all the Gurukul students, Gurukul alumni, parents, devotees and all the well-wishers who are joining today's live workshop. Dear students, today we are going to have live workshop on life-changing habits, service to parents and save natural resources. You all have watched our 2 videos on service to parents and save natural resources. But today we are going to put those all learnings into our living. How can we convert our learning into living? Today we are going to do that kind of exercise in today's live workshop. But before we begin today's workshop, let's all of us do Mangalacharan. Let's all of us pray to Supreme Godhead Bhagwan Swaminarayan with chanting Ado Premvati Shloka. So my dear students, wherever you are, please sit down properly, join your hands, close your eyes and remember the divine form of Bhagwan Swaminarayan by listening this prayer Ado Premavati.
दुष्कर्मोपशमं च साधुशरणम् सद्धर्मसंस्थापनम् हिंसावर्जितभूरियज्ञकरणम् मूर्तिप्रतिष्ठापनम् आर्यस्थापनमक्षराख्यगमनम् सत्सङ्गी सज्जीवनम् सत्सङ्गी सज्जीवनम् सत्सङ्गी सज्जीवनम् यत्पादपरिष्पन्दे विश्वमेतद्व्यवस्थितम् स्वामिनारायणो श्रीमान् सोऽयं विजयतेतराम् सोऽयं विजयतेतराम् सोऽयं विजयतेतराम्।
Yes, we have prayed Supreme Godhead Bhagwan Swaminarayan. Once again, heartiest Jai Swaminarayan to one and all present on today's live workshop on life-changing habits. Dear students, I hope you are sitting with notepad, you are sitting with note and your diary. In this workshop, you are going to exercise on different questions through which you can realize the importance of service of parents and you can realize the importance of saving natural resources. Today we will begin with the first habit, which is service to parents. So here you can see the key learnings of our first habit. In video we have discussed many ideas about service to parents. Here there are 5 key learnings like respect and serve mother and father like a god. It is said in our scripture that Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. We should serve and respect our mother like a god. Why we should respect them equal to God? So parents' selflessness makes them equal to God. And one's pure-hearted service to parents is powerful enough to bring God to one's doorstep. And we also have discussed that we should serve our parents selflessly, timely, neatly and wholeheartedly. Selflessly means without any demand. Timely means whenever they are in need of help, we should serve them, we should help them. Neatly means we should do seva perfectly, that by our seva they should please on us. And wholeheartedly, we should serve them wholeheartedly with gratitude feeling. Likewise, we can serve. These are the 4 ideal ways to serve our parents. And 5th point is earn the blessings of parents, which is the biggest asset in our life. Dear students, many of you have sent different questions to us. And many students have sent videos also of their question to us. So in today's live workshop, we will display their videos on our screen and we will have the question answer session. But before the question answer session, you can open your notebook and see here, you can see the question on our screen, that this is our workshop question on which you have to think and you have to write. So first question is, what kind of hard work do your parents do to give you bright future? Dear students, we don't know that what kind of hard work our mother, father, they are doing for us, for our bright future, for our good education, for our good life. And of course, your parents have done the great choice of Gurukul, that you are studying in Gurukul, you are learning good sanskar, good habits from the Gurukul, and you are making your life better. That is a result of your parents' choice. So likewise, in their professional life, in their personal life, in their social life, what kind of hard work they are doing, you have to write the 3 things here, so that you can realize that what your father is doing for you. Dear students, do you know how can we develop the service mindset for our parents? When we understand their hard work. When we feel the gratitude feeling, automatically that gratitude feeling will lead towards the service mindset. Gratitude makes one humble. So my dear students, this question will make you understand the importance of your parents in your life. So you have to write the 3 things what your parents are doing for you. Now we will take the different questions which are asked by our Gurukul students. We will display their question on our screen and we will answer them. So we will take the first question.
Hey Swaminarayan Swamiji, I am Patel Mahesh from Vidyanagar branch and my question is, why parents are considered as a first God? Why not others? Thank you.
Yes, very good question. Yes, Mahesh is asking question from Vidyanagar branch and his question is that why our parents are considered as a first God? Why not others? Very good question, and many of you might be having the same question in your mind. Dear students, when we born in this world, who takes care of us? first. Firstly, who takes care of us? Our mother, our father. Dear students, that is why our mother and father are our first God. Because what is the work of God? To take care of His Son. And we all are the Son of God. So when we come to this world, when we are just a small baby, we don't know anything, we don't do anything, we can't do anything at that time. Who takes care of us? Who feeds us? Who fulfills our requirements? Our mother, our father. That is why they are our first God, because selflessly they are showering their love and affection on us, and they are caring and they are bringing up. So my dear student, that is why our parents are our first God. Yes. Now we will take the next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Shashank Yame from Bidar, and my question is, who is greater, mother or father or guru?
Oh, very good question. Shashank is asking from the Bidar branch. His question is, who is greater in our life? Our mother, father or guru? Many of you might be having this question because it is said Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. Who is greater? But dear students, let me tell you that our mother, father and guru, all three are equally important in our life and equally great in our life. Based on the situation, their importance will take place in our life. When we are in childhood, our mother and father are great. But when we grow further and when there is a question of our life development, when there is a question of our knowledge, that time teacher, our guru is great in our life. All are equally important, but based on situation, their importance will be there in our life. If there is a question of our life development, our sanskar, our good qualities, skill, there is importance of our guru. But when it's the question of our life, care, that time our mother and father, they are great in our life. We'll take the next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji, I am D. Saket from NTPC Lara, and my question is, what do we get by serving our parents? And they give us everything for us. And what more can I give for them, Swamiji? Jai Swaminarayan.
Yes, he is having very great question that what we get by the service of our parents. When we listen the importance of service to parents, first question arises in our mind that if I serve to my parents, what will I get? And his second question is that when parents is giving everything to us, then what left for us to return them? And what can we do more for our parents? Very good question. So when we serve our parents, we get one important thing, and that is blessing and happiness. Sometimes we can earn more money in our life, but we cannot earn happiness easily. Happiness is most spoken word, but least experienced word. My dear students, by the service to our parents, we get happiness and their blessings. And their blessing are such powerful, such asset through which we can get anything in our life. And what we can do for our parents? So my dear students, Bhagwan Swaminarayan said in Sikshapatri that Yavat Jivam Shushrusha Karyah Matuhu Pitur Guroho. One should serve his mother, father and guru for lifetime. So basically, what as a son, what we should do? We should serve our parents for lifetime. And second thing which we can do for our parents is, we should do something in our life through which our parents can feel proud of us. We should make our parents feel proud of us. That is also great service to our parents. Yes. Next question.
Jai Swaminarayan, my name is Sheryl Sanas, MID AC3861, studying in Shri Swaminarayan Gurukul International School, Navi Mumbai from 10th standard. After watching this video, I decided to do seva and service to my parents, but I stay in hostel. So my question is that how can I extend my service and seva to them? Thank you. Jai
Yes, Shail has asked very good question, and I know Shail personally. So Shail's question is that when we stay in hostel or when we are away from our parents, How can we serve our parents? Very good question. And many students might be having, especially our hostel students. So dear students, whenever you are along with your parents, you can serve them physically and you can serve your parents. But whenever you are away from your parents, how can we serve them? First of all, we need to understand one thing, that service to parents is not just about offering water to them and helping them in kitchen or in home or any other work, not like that. By our act also we can serve to our parents. When you are away from your parents, you have to act in such a way that your parents will become happy. You have, if suppose you are in Gurukul hostel, if you study well, if you get good education, if you get good sanskar, if you make your life better, there is also service to your parents. Because what is the meaning of service? To please them. Whoever you are serving, you should please them. If you want to serve your parents, means what? By your service, you are pleasing your parents, you are making your parents happy. In the same way, whether you are along with your parents or away from your parents, when you do something that can make your parents happy, that can make your parents feel proud of you, then that is service to your parents. So wherever we are, by our good activities, good act, good behavior, we can serve our parents. We can make our parents happy and feel proud of us. Yes, next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Padasarthi from Vijayawada Gurukul branch. My question is, why Vedas are written? What is their significance? Thank you for giving this opportunity. Jai Swaminarayan.
Oh, what should I suggest for his father and for that friend? But dear students, this is the session for the students. So there is no suggestion for parents, no father. But of course, there is a suggestion for all the students and all the son. Dear students, sometimes our father will scold us. But we need to understand the intention behind their scolding. Sometimes nowadays in this generation, children will react in a negative way to their parents also. Dear students, one thing we all have to understand today, that whatever action our parents are taking for us, it will be never ever against of our betterment. They will be trying to make our life more better. They want to correct ourselves and they want to make us something better in our life. We need to understand this intention and never expect that my father must understand me. As an ideal son, we must understand our father and his intention. When you will understand his intention, automatically you will become positive and you will be respectful towards your parents. So my suggestion to all the children, all the son is that whenever your father is scolding you, take it positively. Accept it as a blessing of your mother and father. And sometimes if you feel that they are so angry and how can I please to them? So, sometimes our Krishna Charan Swamiji says to the students that whenever your father, mother is angry on you, you can do one thing. You can do 5 times pranam to them. Wholeheartedly, you just do 5 times pranam to them and you will see the magic that your mother and father, they will just melt on you. His anger will become calmed down. So my dear students, whenever our parents are scolding us, try to understand his intention and take it as a blessing, take it positively. Yes. Next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji, I am Sri Ravandra from Gulbarga, and my question is, how did Kundalini develop such faithful regards to his parents? What can I also do to such sincere seva to my parents? Jai Swaminarayan.
Oh, Raghavendra, very good question. Raghavendra wants to become like Pundalik. He wants to serve his parents like Pundalik. How can he do? And he's asking that how Pundalik was inspired to serve their parents in such a way. Dear students, he also was inspired with the same words. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. You respect and serve your mother equal to God. You respect and serve your father equal to God. Dear students, you also was inspired by the words of scripture and you also are getting such kind of good words from the Gurukul. So you also must take inspiration from our scripture and from this powerful mantra, Matrudeva Bhava, Pitrudeva Bhava. And if you do service of your parents wholeheartedly, selflessly, then definitely you also will become like Pundalik. You also can develop such emotion like Pundalik. Yes, next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji, this is Yuvraj Jaiswal of Sri Swaminarayan Gurukul International School, Nagpur. And my question is, why a few people in our society don't care their parents once they get well settled? What do you suggest for such people, Swamiji?
Very practical question and relevant question to this modern age. Nowadays, when children grow up, when they get good job, when they are well settled in business, when they are well independent, and when they earn more money, afterward they feel that they don't require their parents. And sometimes some people, they send their parents to old age home after settle down. Dear students, actually they are the foolish people. They understand that I can earn more money without my parents also, but remember, they can't earn happiness by ignoring their parents. That is why in Sikshapatri Maharaj said that Yavat Jivam Shushrusha Karyaha Matuhu Pitur Guroho. One should serve his parents for lifetime. And one who is ignoring his parents, he cannot remain happy. He can earn money, no doubt. He can grow his business. He can earn more social fame. But he cannot earn that satisfaction, that happiness in his life. Why? Because he has ignored his parents. He never be happy in his life. Of course, they are doing this out of their arrogance and ego. But finally, loss is to them only. But dear students, you are studying in Gurukul. You must make this resolution that for our lifetime, we will serve, we will respect our parents. We will never ignore them. You all have to make resolution today. Fine, let's move ahead to our workshop question. Dear students, now our second workshop question is, write any two incidents. When did you serve your parents selflessly, timely and neatly? Very good question. You can note down this question in your book and you have to think on this question. You remember in your mind, when did you serve your mother, father, your grandmother, grandfather? When did you serve them selflessly, without any deal, without any demand? Not like that if I help to my mother, then I will get some kind of gift or some kind of freedom, some kind of trip, anything. There must not be any deal. So when did you serve your mother, father completely selflessly and timely, when they were in need and you served them? And neatly, that whatever you served, it was perfect. You did the perfect seva. Not like sometimes your mother will tell you to clean your room and you will just clean your room half and half you will leave like that and you will go for playing. Not like that. That's not the neat seva. It's the imperfect seva. So my dear students, when did you serve your mother, father? When did you help your mother selflessly, without any demand, without any dealing? And when did you serve timely and neatly? You have to remember any two incident and you have to note down in your book. And one more thing, you can introspect while writing these two incidents, that what was the level of your joy, happiness and satisfaction after the seva. Dear students, one student have asked question to us that what do I get if I serve my parents? We get this one thing, and that is satisfaction, happiness and joy. That is a fruit of service. Anywhere, any human being, if you will serve them selflessly, definitely your heart will fill with joy, happiness and satisfaction. Next question is, write any two ways for each. First one is, okay, till now you have done the introspection. Now you have to do improvement. How will you improve the service of your parents? So with the help of these two questions, you can improve service towards your parents. So first question is, how will you serve your parents selflessly, timely and neatly. Okay, till now whether you have served your parents selflessly or not, it's okay. But now onwards, how will you serve your parents? What kind of activity you will do which will be service to your parents? How will you serve your mother in kitchen? How will you serve your father in his work, in office, wherever he is in need? In the same way, there is second question, how will you serve your grandparents selflessly, timely and neatly? Your grandmother, grandfather will be a bit physically dependent. So how can you serve them? How can you earn their blessing? So likewise, you have to write two ways, two activities or two ideas, two things you have to write that in this two way, I will serve my mother, my father. I will serve my grandmother, grandfather. Yes, this is very important question and I want all of you to write the answer of this question in chat box, in comments. Dear students, how will you make your parents feel proud of you? See, when we are along with our parents, we can serve them. But along with the basic service to our parents, there is a premium service we can say. There is a higher level of service we can say. And what is that? To make them feel proud of us. When we do something extraordinary in our life, so that our parents feel proud of us. So my dear students, how will you make your parents feel proud of you? You have to write this one thing in the comment box. Everyone, please write this one thing in your comment box. And what is the dream of your parents for you? Your parents might be having great dreams, wishes for you, that my son will do this kind of thing, he may become doctor, he may become pilot, he may become this, that, whatever, many dreams he would be having for you. So you have to write his dream. You can understand that what my father is wishing for me, from me. So this is how we understood the first life-changing habit, and we have done exercised on different questions. I hope you have written those all questions, and if answers are left, you can finish afterwards. Let's move ahead for the next our habit, second habit, which is save natural resources. Dear students, before we go for those workshop questions, before we exercise on different questions, let's understand the key learnings from the save natural resources. Wastage of natural resources is the major reason for the environmental problems. Dear students, in the video we have discussed these all points. I hope you remember this. Just for the recapitulation, we are just going through these points. Effects of wasting natural resources are two. First one is scarcity of natural resources, and second one is disturbance in nature's ecosystem. If we will save nature, if we will care nature, nature will care us, nature will save us. But if we will damage nature, we will get damaged by nature. So my dear students, conclusion is that we should use natural resources for the need, not for the greed. Right. So let's go for the exercise question, workshop question. Dear students, here you can see the three questions, and you have to think and you have to thank God. You have to think and you have to thank God. First question is, how much process does water take to reach from nature to home? Dear students, when we drink just one sip of water, we don't know. Behind this one sip of water when we are having, before that how much process it took to reach here, how much time, how much effort, how many people's effort took to reach that water from nature to our home. And you know the water cycle, that how water is derived from the nature. First of all, it will get evaporated from the ocean and it will be in cloud. Afterwards, it will fall down in rain, in the form of rain, and afterwards it will go in the river, and from the river, with so many process, effort, so many things, we will get that water to our home. So just think and thank God, because God is providing these all resources free of cost. Second question is, how much process does food take to reach from farm to home? Dear students, you know how much hard work farmers are doing in the field. See, when we are taking the one bite of food in our mouth, it takes minimum 90 days to get ready. It takes 90 days, and just imagine the procedure, that first it will be in the farm, how many months it will take to grow. Afterwards it will take lots of process. From the farmers it will come to the shop, and there will be some different procedure. Afterwards we buy it and we take it in our home, and before we take it, our mother will cook, somebody will cook. So in cooking also many masalas, many things will come. Those all things also are coming from the different sources. How much process it takes to reach just one bite of food. So my dear students, when we think these all things, we feel gratitude for these all people, and we feel gratitude for God. And the moment we understand the importance of these all things, process, time and effort made for these natural resources available to us, when we understand the importance, we become grateful and we become careful. So we have to think for these 3 points. In the same way, how much process does electricity take to reach our home? It also takes long procedure. As much you go in deep, you can understand the importance. So you have to think on these 3 points, 3 questions, and you have to thank God. Next question is, what will you do today onwards? Dear students, you understood the importance of natural resources. Now what will you do in your day-to-day life? So here there are 3 things. How will you save water? In your day-to-day life, in morning you are taking bath, whole day many times you are washing your hands, you are drinking water, you are using water for any other purpose also. Where will you reduce the excessive use of water? In the same way, where will you reduce the excessive use of food? Sometimes if you are taking more food than your hunger in your dish, and finally you have to leave it waste. So how will you save it? So dear students, for this water, food and electricity, you have to make 3 resolutions. That today onwards in my day-to-day life, I will save water in this one way, I will save food in this one way, I will save electricity in this one way. For this second habit also many students have asked questions. So we will take the common questions in this. So first question we will take.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Parthiv Reddy from Hyderabad. My question is, how far our scriptures discuss about natural resources concept in the view of future Swamiji? Jai Swaminarayan.
Very good question. Parthiv is asking from Hyderabad Gurukul. His question is that what scripture says about saving natural resources, about caring natural resources. Very good question. Dear students, in Sikshapatri, Bhagwan Swaminarayan said that kasyapi pranino hinsa neva karyatra mamakehi. One should not kill any living beings. Let it be a small insects or big animal. One should not kill them. One should not make violence. So that is also indirectly caring the nature. Nowadays many people are doing violence. They are killing animal, eating non-veg food. Finally it's damaging nature. It is breaking the natural ecosystem. But Bhagwan Swaminarayan has said in this 11th shloka that kasyapi pranino hinsa naiva karyatra mamakehi. Don't kill any animal, don't kill any living being. Second thing, one more detailed thing Bhagwan Swaminarayan has discussed in Sikshapatri, that is in slok number 32nd. Sthaneshu lokashastrabhyam nishiddeshu kadachana malamutrotsarjanam cha na karyam sthivanam tatha. Bhagwan Swaminarayan said that one should not do excretion activity to the natural places. Natural places means like garden, some farm, such beautiful field or some beautiful ambience of building, and not just these excretion activities. One should not even spit over there. We should not spit. And spit means not just spitting outside here and there. Bhagwan Swaminarayan said that one should not spit while talking also. See, whenever 2 persons are talking, so our spitting will be there. But we should be careful. And nowadays we know that when coronavirus is troubling whole world, so as a precaution everybody is saying that you have to keep the mask. Why? so that our breathing, our spitting will not transmit the coronavirus. So 200 years ago, Bhagwan Swaminarayan has said this precaution to us in Sikshapatri. So likewise, what is the intention behind this shloka? The intention of Bhagwan Swaminarayan is to care natural resources, to care nature. We should not spoil the nature, we should not pollute the nature. There is the intention of this shloka. So in our scripture also, lots of care is described for the nature and natural resources. Yes. Next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Abhishek M.A. from Bidar. My question is, many streets in our country have either running taps or leakages, and great amount of water is wasted every day. What do you suggest to stop for such concern for me as a schoolboy?
Abhishek, your question is very nice and it's very practical. Whenever we move in the society, we visit different places, we see that many taps are loose, water is dropping, and we can say that much water is being wasted. And when we see that, what we can do for that? But dear students, as a schoolboy you are asking, then we have to play our part in our life. See, government and this whole society, their social problems are not in the circle of our control. What is in the circle of our control, we should play our part. We should do for that. As a schoolboy, what we can do, what you can do. In school, in Gurukul, wherever you see the tap open or not closed properly, then you should close it and you should save the water. Wherever you see the wastage of water, you should take care of that. You should save water in that. You should be careful in your home also, in Gurukul also, in school also, and wherever you are going. Wherever you see and if you can do, you should do that. So as a schoolboy, wherever is possible, you can save the water, you can close the tap, and if somebody is wasting water, you can remind him. And in this way, we can play our part and we can save the natural resources around us in the circle of our control. Yes. Next.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Master Vivan Soni from Sri Swaminarayan Gurukul International School NTPC Lara. My question is, what should we do with leftover food? Should we eat forcefully or can we offer to the animals and birds? Jai Swaminarayan.
Yes, very good. Gurukul boy is asking from NTPC Lara and his question is very much practical. Many of you, actually this is a common question. 3 students have asked the same question. Many of you might be having same question in your mind. See, we should not waste the food, right? But if there is much food in our dish and now already our hunger is satisfied and now we cannot eat it, so should we eat forcefully or can we feed to animal and birds also? Very practical question. First of all, we should be precautious. We should be careful before we take food in our dish. We should understand that if I am having this much hunger, then we should take the food less than our hunger. If you want to take more food afterwards, you can take more food. But you should not take the food more than your hunger in your dish, so that you can finish food easily. Okay, but in sometimes by mistake you took more food in your dish. So my dear students, it's not that you eat food forcibly and you spoil your health. You should take care of your health also. In that case, instead of wasting the food, you can feed. It's better to feed animal or bird. Yes. Next question.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Aniket Kamtam from Solapur. My question is, what are the most dangerous effects for future years if we do not save our natural resources right today, Swamiji?
Oh, very good question. And this question is the global question, we can say. If today we will not care water, if today we will not care the natural resources, then what could be the futuristic consequences? What could be the future effect to our human life? Very good question. Dear students, as we discussed in video, that wastage of natural resources creates 2 things in this world, 2 effects in this world. First one is scarcity of natural resources. Second one is disturbance in natural ecosystem. And these two effects will lead further more effects, more influence on our human life. What it will be? It will create health issues. It may create so many disease, and coronavirus also kind of reaction from the nature. When human being is damaging the nature, nature will give the reaction. So such kind of disease and outbreaks will take place in the society. So whole society has to face and suffer these consequences. And remember one thing always, nobody can fight against nature. Nobody can fight with nature. See, this coronavirus is just invisible virus. We cannot even see. And it doesn't have weight even 1 milligram. Far less than 1 milligram. Such virus is troubling whole world today. Whole world today. Science, technology, money, everything is failed before this small invisible virus. So when nature will react in such a way, nobody can fight with nature. So the way is, we should save the nature, we should care the nature. So such kind of health issues will take place. Apart from these, some kind of political issues, political consequences take place, like corruption as well as wars will take place. Till now, total 5 wars took place just for oil. For the oil's sake, till now total 5 wars happened in this world. So likewise, water war also will take place in future. When resources are less and demand is more, what will happen? This problem will create thousands of problems, thousands of difficulties. When resources are limited, less, and demand is more, it will create havoc and panic in the world. So many such effects will happen if we waste natural resources. So my dear students, what we have to care is, in our day-to-day life, what we can do to save natural resources, we should do, and we should play our part. Yes, next.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. I am Avanish Chandra Pawar from the Swaminarayan Guru International School, Hyderabad branch. My question is, how can we save our rivers, lakes, tanks from throwing garbage bags, plastics, etc.? Jai Swaminarayan.
Yes, Jai Swaminarayan to Avnish. Your question also is a global question, that our many countries are facing this problem, because gutters, plastic bags, garbage bags, they all are thrown in the rivers. Finally, water will get polluted, and polluted water will create another pollution, and that will create some kind of such viruses, and that will destroy our health. It will create so many effects in different ways. So how can we save the water, means rivers, from such kind of garbage? So my dear students, we can do the proper garbage management. Of course, many countries like USA, they are managing the garbage in a proper way. Different kinds of garbage will be there, like plastic garbage, organic garbage, dry garbage, wet garbage. We can make the separate garbage bag in our home, so that whatever wet garbage is there, it will go to the wet garbage dustbin. Whatever is the dry garbage, like peppers, those such kind of things, that will go to the dry garbage bag. And which are the metal garbage, like some things, instruments, something is in the form of garbage. So when it is segregated, when it is kept separately and disposed separately, then we can save this water, rivers, from this kind of pollution. So proper garbage management can solve this problem in our society, in this nation. Yeah. Next.
Jai Swaminarayan. My name is B. Rakesh from Gachalla branch. My question is, If we do seva of cow, Gomata, is it the seva of nature and the natural resources, Swamiji? Jai Swaminarayan.
Oh, very different question. If service to cow is service to nature, is the question of Rakesh from Jatchela branch. Yes, of course, service to cow is service to nature. Why? Because cow products are such helpful to our health, and many medicines are made of the cow products. And nowadays, scientifically also it is proven that cow means whatever the medicines are prepared from the cow products, that is far effective than the other modern medicines. So when the use of such kind of medicine will be more in the society, so modern medicine will be less manufactured, and when this modern medicines manufacturing is less, automatically these factories also will run less. So when these factories use will be less, it will spread less pollution in the environment. And nowadays many people say that ghee of cow is such effective that if you apply the 1 or 2 drops of ghee of cow in your nostril, so no virus, not even coronavirus, can penetrate inside our body. Such is the effect and aura of ghee of cow. So likewise, cow is such animal which gives us such a potential things like milk, and through which we can not just only milk, his gobar also is such effective. See, in ancient time our Rishimuni used to do yagnas, and they used to use the gobar of cow. They used to keep so many cows in their ashram. Why? Because by the smoke of gobar, the harmful viruses, harmful organism will get destroyed in the nature. So environment will become purified by the smoke of cow's gobar. So likewise, these all things are favorable to the nature. That is why service to cow is service to nature, we can say, and we can do that. Dear students, this is how we have just sorted out the few common questions, and we have discussed here on this session. Dear students, after this workshop, what will you do? Of course, till now you might be noting down so many points and answers from this question, from this session. But after this workshop, what will you do? So dear students, here few steps we have given to you. Prepare the worksheet. First of all, whatever you have question we have displayed here and you have written, you along with question, answer, you have to prepare proper worksheet, clean worksheet. You can show and verify the worksheet with your mother and father. You can show this to your parents. It should be verified. Then you can take the pic of this worksheet. You can send to your beloved teacher and your beloved Swamiji also. If you have their number, contact, you can send to them just for their reference. And you can paste this worksheet somewhere in your study room, in your bedroom, so that you can get reminded every day that, okay, this is how I have to follow. I have to continue this habit in my life. And afterwards, with this reminder every day, we have to follow this habit. We have to develop this habit. Dear students, remember one thing. Only knowledge cannot make your life better. Knowledge must be converted into habits. Let's all of us transform our knowledge into habits, and let's make our life better. So my dear students, this is how we understood the first habit, service to parents, and second habit, save natural resources. Let's develop these two habits in our life, and let's make our life more better. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.